Hello everybody, Jardis here, and in today's video I'm currently standing near the Iron Vale waypoint in Timberline Falls, and I am going to show you a backdoor entrance into the Only Zuhl Jumping Puzzle. Now before I get further into this video, I would like to give a special shout out to Aethys, at least I think that's how his name is pronounced, for his recent video of 10 more hidden areas in Guild Wars 2. I will leave a link in the description for that video if you want to check it out. In that video, he actually posted the secret exits for the Only Zuhl Jumping Puzzle. Well, it's not exactly a secret, it's just an area that's so obscure that a lot of players, myself included, did not know existed, because normally when we get to the chest for the jumping puzzle, we normally just waypoint out. It's just easier to get out that way. Well, when he showed that section in his video and I saw it, to me, a backdoor to a jumping puzzle. So I decided to test it out, and I'm going to show you how to use that exit as a backdoor into the jumping puzzle, therefore bypassing all the sections that are complicated for some players, especially the areas that have a bunch of traps and mobs that tend to be a little frustrating. Now, if you're doing it with a group, that's a moot point, but if you're doing it by yourself for an achievement or whatever, this might be a safer way to go. So, normally, Foundation Waypoint 86 is, Foundation 86 Waypoint is usually the starting entrance for the Only Zuhl Jumping Puzzle, where you would go into the cave and then split off in a secret area. But instead, we're going to start at the Iron Vale Waypoint. Now, in order to do this trick, I am going to point out that you may not need a mount for this, but, however, you are going to need the End of Dragon's Mastery for the Jade Bots, particularly the gliding booster, where your Jade Bot can now give you an upward boost while you are gliding. For those of you who do not know, what that does is basically whenever you glide, you get this option to boost your height, which is the Jade Bot gliding boost, which is the number 6 skill that you just saw there. You are going to be needing that. Okay, so to start this, we start at the Iron Vale waypoint, and I'm just going to get on my mount to get to that location. And we're going to go into this cave area, and then we're going to head a little to the left, and we're going to head for those steam vents that you see over there. Now, there are a bunch of mobs here, so they're not too difficult to take care of, but you are going to want to get rid of them just so that it makes it easier for you to concentrate on what you're going to be doing. Now, when you come in here, you'll see this body, which you can examine, and it just says the dredge is dead. It's difficult to tell, however, whether he died when he fell from the ledge above, or whether the strange burns all over his body did the job. Well, guess what? That ledge is what we're aiming for. Now, normally in this location, you can't mount up and you can't glide, so even this little extra height that you get on this ledge is not going to be enough to get you up there. So the question comes, how are we going to get up to that ledge, which is the exit to the jumping puzzle? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go back about halfway into this tunnel here and wait for the
disable. You may knock us down, but we'll always stand back up. We're like weebles.
Notice how the mounts and gliding disabled icons pop up on your little buff bar? Well, we're going to go to about where they stop, right? A better indication would be to look for these scratches that are kind of sort of higher up than these little indications on the ground here. We're going to want to stand on these scratches here, and when we jump, we're going to want to jump and glide almost immediately, but we're going to want to get as close to this side of the tunnel as we do while we're exiting the tunnel. Now, keep in mind, while you're doing this, I do strongly suggest that you keep a finger or your mouse, whichever you prefer, on the button that's going to be your gliding boost, because as soon as you exit that tunnel part, you're going to want to hit that boost, and that boost will get you high enough to where you can get on top of the ledge. Okay, now this may take a couple of tries. It took me a couple of tries as well, but let's see how we do. Again, put your cursor over the 6 just in case. Glide. Okay, see, it didn't trigger that time because I didn't get close enough to the wall. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to try it again after we deal with this heartbeat. Okay. And there we go. Now you'll also see a rich platinum vein over there, which is another incentive to get up here. Now, this exit actually does have traps, but these ones are a lot easier to avoid than the ones above, in which where you have to fall down a hole and jump from pipe to pipe. So we're just going to want to do is come over here, go past this, go ahead and climb this. There is a rock collapse right between these two fire spewers, so you're going to want to watch out for that. Now there sometimes will be a destroyer heartbeat in this area, so you might want to watch out for that. And when you get to here, again, 2 more rock collapses. You're going to want to wait for them to dissipate before you rush through, as well as another fire spewer. Now you could go up against the wall and avoid it that way, but the second one, on the other hand, is a little difficult, and as you can see, that didn't work out too well.
I appreciate the help. Armored up.
So I strongly suggest you keep your dodges at full power at that point. And once we get past this spewer, you'll recognize this as the last section of the Only Zuhl Jumping Puzzle. All we're going to want to do is jump onto that pipe, then jump out onto this pipe down here, jump down onto this pipe, and then we can get to the cave entrance over there that leads to the chest and the boss. So, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Now, I'm sure there are other ways that you can get across to get to that tunnel, but this is the way I prefer. Let's go ahead and kill this guy.
Armored up.
Right on target.
And bada bing, bada boom, we're at the end of the jumping puzzle. Now, for those of you who don't know or not quite experienced with this particular jumping puzzle, you are going to have to kill the giant destroyer troll there in order for the chest over there to be unlocked. It will not unlock until after you've killed the troll. So let's go ahead and take care of him real quick. And as you saw, the chest opened up after he died. I'm going to go ahead and claim it, as well as this rich platinum vein. And even though it showed I had some difficulty, you can definitely do this on your own and avoid the majority of the traps, as I've stated earlier. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. Feel free to share this information with anybody else who's interested in getting to the back entrance of this jumping puzzle. And I will see you again in the next video. Happy gaming!